Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the talk show, Talking with the Center of the Universe. Tonight I am having a very special guest, Viviana Vega, aka WHALESHARKATTACKS.
Super special guest.
A super special guest.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wow, let me just get...
Yes. What's your plans for the weekend, Vivian?
After this, I will go to a place called Lompa, legendary bar in Oslo, where there's an open mic night hosted by a drag queen called Frida Marida. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know. I know, yeah.
She usually sings, and she sings in like Arabic and Italian stuff. Very good voice. But I'm curious. I've never been to this open mic night.
Oh, but Olympianese is one of the old places in Oslo that's been kind of changing owners a couple of times.
It reopened recently. I think it closed during the pandemic or something.
Yes.
And so
it was one of the places I remember was like the real old school Oslo, like the Ingvar Ambjørnsens Oslo, when I was young and living in Grønland. But it also looks like an impossible place to run, so I hope they manage.
Do you want to explain to our foreign guests who Ingvar Ambjørnsen is?
The international audience. We have an international focus. We have an international focus here in the Talking with the Center of the Universe, since we might have some international viewers, and we also await some international guests later this year. But talking about location, you just relocated from Kristiansand.
Yes.
Yes. What's going on and how was it?
Yeah, I stayed there for almost a year and a half. First time moving out from the east of Norway. So Kristiansand is in the south, Bible Belt. And no, it was very interesting experience. It's I met a lot of good people there, and they do have a good like art scene, but it's also a very small city, known for being kind of conservative. So yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, did you play any gigs?
I played one right before I moved back in Vaktbua, which is a really good venue in Kristiansand. Tiny but very good. Yeah, but that's it. I didn't really do much music stuff while I was there.
No, because you are also writing.
Yes, I'm a critic, a movie critic, and sometimes music critic.
Yeah, that's why you can't like review any of the music we release as label, since that's inhabil. Was that in English?
I don't know, but I think it suits my personality very well to be a critic. It's just like I've just been doing it all my life for free, so why not do it?
You get paid for criticizing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But why did you move back?
Oh, it was always the plan, I think, because Oslo is like my city. So yeah, we got the chance. My boyfriend got a job in this beautiful city we can see in the back here. Can you see the metropolis? I think their slogan was, or it was a few years ago, I took the train and they had these like banners everywhere where it said "Tett på verden," meaning like close to the world, because I think it's the city that's the closest to the airport.
Yeah, they also had like ja til alt.
Yes, yes to everything?
Yes to all.
Wow.
Or they had like a huge discussion about, is this art? Is this contemporary art? There was this contemporary art piece someone was trying to put up in Lillestrøm, or they put up in Lillestrøm huge flashing sign saying yes to all.
Oh.
And then the inhabitants of Lillestrøm, the glory city you see behind us, was like asking, what's the meaning of this? Why yes to what? Yes to, should we say yes to
everything?
Yeah, yes to everything. Just like the super general statement.
Oh, but another thing, we both went to high school in the city. I keep forgetting that because we didn't go at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah, I'm a bit older, but you're actually from Lørenskog. Lørenskog.
I don't know if you get the L right here.
It means loser. It doesn't mean
Lørenskog. Or this, like this. Yeah. Anyway, Lillestrøm also,
Yeah.
Is an L.
It's the Represent 2000 city.
Yeah, that's a rap group.
There's a rap group called Represent 2000.
I've never played in Lillestrøm or Lørenskog ever.
You didn't?
And that's very, I have to do that. I've been playing for maybe 15 years or more as a musician.
You hear it, people at Martin's book, WHALESHARKATTACKS.
I'm so ready for a gig at Martin's in Lillestrøm.
We actually performed at Martin's with Nagot members, 2006, 2007, I can't really remember, but it was really good. Yeah. Actually. The Lillestrøm audience was killing it, actually.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to. I even worked at a video store there.
But is there any places to play in Lørenskog at all?
I don't know. There was a sports bar for a while called Elwood.
If you know the people in if you know about any bars where Viviana can perform in the please let us know in the comments. I'm really curious about your first album. Yeah. The self-titled album.
Yes, with the match.
Yeah, with the match on.
Yeah.
How was that recorded?
Very primitively. In my late 20s, I had a good gig, not non-musician, but I had a really good job. I bought a laptop, decent laptop, and this laptop, I'm not going to say the brand.
You can say the brand. It's a Mac.
Okay, yeah. It's a Mac, yeah. I just don't want to say things without for free, you know. Oh no!
We are
now the cat is out of the bag.
Maybe you have some music producers watching this that
that's
obsessing with gear, obsessing with synthesizers. That's why I'm asking the question.
Okay, fine.
How was the first?
I'll let you in on my secret. So this MacBook that I bought had GarageBand built in. This was the 2011. And I've always thought music software was kind of a hassle. I learned it in school. I hate doing cables in and out and VSTs and plugins and everything and lagging. But this somehow worked for me so well, and I discovered MIDI that I actually liked all the sounds that were in there, and I just, instead of trying to get new sounds, I just tried to shape the sounds that were there to my liking, and so I made it in my kitchen mostly. The whole album.
And what kind of I heard this album and I really appreciated the vocal sound, the singing sound.
Yeah.
So I'm also curious about people are freaking out about not having the most expensive microphones.
That was actually the internal microphone of the laptop, and I would sing sitting in front of the laptop in my kitchen usually. Yeah. I don't know why. I've tried a lot of expensive microphones, but that one really worked for me. Though it does sound a little bit harsh, but and I felt comfortable. So I think that's very important when you're recording voice, to not be in the studio and
So the message from Viviana is that you don't need the most expensive microphone. Yeah. If you're a good singer, you can sing straight into a Mac, and it can work really well. But what's your favorite microphone? If you can choose one now, if you can choose from any microphone.
I don't. Actually, I love the standard SM58 live microphone that usually works for my voice, and I really want to try. I haven't tried it yet myself. I think the Neumann U87. Yeah. But I know. I mean, it's the microphone that's been used on several of my favorite albums, I think. Yeah. Yeah,
I think I've heard that one of my not so favorite musicians, Bono from U2, he used the SM50. He used the SM58 he actually stood in the control room. Oh. He didn't even go into the studio. Pardon me. That's I'm not really fan of U2, but I think if a multi-million selling album singer can go into the control room without the headset even and sing with the SM58, that's actually that's quite the only cool thing about Bono. I can
the only cool thing about Bono. Yeah. I think whatever makes you feel it. That's the one you want.
that's the best microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, yeah, you're there in studio and maybe you don't hear yourself well, or and it's a very expensive mic, but you just feel very sort of, it feels dead. So
yeah, I used to
sad.
have for like maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, I don't know. I used to have like one microphone that was from a flea market with a battery, AKG. But now I got a couple more. But I think what you sing is the most important, and how you mix it is maybe how it's mixed after and post processed is the most important thing.
Yeah. You find
I'm not talking down microphones at all.
No, but actually it was very. It's a thing I can't repeat because I bought a newer laptop and that microphone wasn't as good.
Yeah, but you kept the old laptop.
I do, but it's currently broken. So. Dun, dun, dun.
And this is all leading us up to the next question, which is a question in Norwegian that I'm going to ask all musicians that will visit this talk show. Will have this question at some point, no matter if they have something in store or not. So maybe we're ready for a jingle now. Yeah, the glitchy audio was there on purpose, just so you know that. It's not, the question is, hvordan går det med den nye plata?
Yeah.
And it's, how is the new album coming along?
No, I'm just kidding. My difficult second album is nearly finished. Which it has been for a while, I must say. But I feel it's even nearly finished, now than a couple of
months ago. Finished? What do you mean?
No, I have had some mixing sessions recently.
More finished now than when it was almost finished.
Maybe it was like 95% finished, and now it's 96% finished.
We have an online progress bar for this.
I should have. I should, or like a doomsday clock.
Yeah, it's like when you install an application on a computer, it goes like up to 90%, and it's like the last 10 or maybe 99, the last 1% takes.
Yeah, but it's not always as straightforward. I think a doomsday clock is better because then if I decide to throw in another new song at the last minute. Then you can take it back. Because I did actually throw in a new song and I was like, oh, I just took it back like 10% now. So,
don't lose focus now.
What's going on?
Yeah, you took it back.
It's just, it's taken some time.
99% finished.
Yeah, right now, but it could be 80% tomorrow.
It's a progress bar, but it could actually go back again.
Yeah. I'm not a perfectionist or anything. It's just sometimes the final touches are the most or the least rewarding parts of working on music.
Yeah, it's much. We could have like this kind of meme with like I'm the biggest folder on the computer. And then there comes along an even bigger folder is like unfinished songs.
Yeah.
It's like enormous.
And just the number of mixes you have. It's like my new Mac even is almost full. Like I have to delete files all the time because I'm up in like 33 on some mixes. And,
but this is because it's the second album?
It's the second album, yeah.
That's why it's difficult? You feel like pressure from your audience about
no.
Your first album?
I don't know who my audience is. Well, I have some supportive friends though, and I know some do listen to my music. But no, I don't think it is. I always felt confidence that the material is good, but I feel, it's more like I want the sound that I want, and it's since I'm not a professional music producer, sometimes it's a bit difficult to get exactly that thing you want, or to make other people understand what it is. So
but I know a few interesting things about this album, since you actually took the time going to Italy.
Yeah, I did.
To redo the samples. Can we hear a little bit about this process?
No,
you can say whatever you want.
No, but I went in 2019. That was really nice. I went to a residency in Piemonte called Palazzo Stabile. I stayed there for a week with the Peder Simonsen, and he was kind enough to stay in the studio with me every day to like go over my files, because I already had the like MIDI tracks. And what he did mostly was, well, he engineered, did some like stuff when I recorded instruments, but also running my files through tapes and stuff, tape machines, yeah. Try to. Yay, tape machines!
Tape machines are great. Yes.
So,
but you did some like. I'm really curious about sampling, and I'm also really curious about if you find this perfect sample that is like working really, really well for a track.
Yeah.
But you will get caught if you use it.
Yeah.
Then you kind of interpolate the sample. You record it again. Did you do anything like that?
Well, no.
No.
No, you have to just figure out something different then to use.
Yeah.
I have used a lot of. I can tell you something though about sampling. I am a revenge sampler.
Aha.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I often use samples as a revenge.
Aha. Yeah. How does that work?
If somebody is very noisy in the public space or acting really obnoxious, I always record sounds. I record sounds everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But if I find somebody particularly obnoxious, but they kind of sound cool, the sound is kind of interesting, I will usually take it and I will pitch it and like put it into music.
Aha, yeah,
So,
yeah, like samples of actual people. From
Yeah,
the
like
actual audience.
track sounds. Also, I have sampled and looped artists that I know are jerks.
Yeah.
And just
Revenge
stolen
sampling should be
lyric.
it should be hashtag.
Yeah,
actually.
revenge sampling.
Revenge sampling.
So if you know a band,
you should do something. Actually, I know there's a lot of music producers out there
Yeah.
watching this. If you're a music producer, you should sample someone you really don't like.
yeah, and just
and mess it up really bad.
do what you want with the sounds, and especially the musicians that have like taken down their own music because they did something controversial, for instance.
Yeah. What's the? Can you name some of these artists that are unpolitically correct to?
Oh no,
sample?
I'd rather
Okay. You'd
not.
rather-
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of who isn't so many of my favorite artists have turned out to be not so
I
great
think it's
people.
It's a real
but,
turn-off. If I meet if there's some artist or DJ even that I like very well, and I meet the person and he or she it turns out to be really asshole. It's like it's not cool. Then I probably won't listen to that music again.
No, I think it can be a turn off
And
as well.
but on the other way around, if there's someone that's really famous to someone who is famous. At the point that you could be cocky about it and turns out to be a great person, that's a real thumbs up.
Definitely.
That's the way to go. But when this album, Viviana, when this new Whale Shark Attacks album is out, I guess people are really curious. Can they just go to Spotify and...
Where is it going to be?
Where it's going to be released? Can I just go to Spotify and
Yeah, no, I was thinking that I'm going to hold the back on Play Hard to Get this time and not put it on Spotify or streaming at all, I think.
No streaming?
Just directly to like Bandcamp. Maybe put out some songs on the streaming
just a single.
Services.
Just a single.
Yeah, and then maybe a little bit of physical format, but we'll see.
Will it be cassette even?
Definitely, it'd have to be cassette, but I don't know like in which order I will release stuff, but I love cassettes.
No,
so.
but why is it you don't want to just like give it away to Daniel Ek and...
to Daniel Ek. Yeah.
Why is that?
No.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know, I feel... it's... No. Yeah, no, I'm kind of sick of it. In the beginning it was fun, you know, you could just add your music, put it out there, and is it
Yeah.
What's this sound?
The horn sound.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
What does it mean? No, just continue the story.
Okay.
About,
Yeah, it was fun. You know, you could I would make demos and I would put it on SoundCloud, and it was really exciting when it was on Spotify, and you could watch all the how many streams you got and from where. And now it just feels like, especially now that they changed the policies.
Yeah.
So now
tell people about that. I'm not sure if people except us nerds know about this.
Yes, from now on, nerds that aren't listening to that.
They have a huge audience.
Just all these random
there
people.
Might be people that is not the big nerds.
Good, regular, working class people of Mexico.
All the normal people watching the stream. Who knows? Maybe we'll get famous.
Yeah, who knows? No, they're not going. Spotify is not going to pay musicians unless a song is played more than 1,000 times a year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
First it was supposed to be 200, but now it's like 1,000.
Okay,
yeah, that's maybe okay, but now 1,000 streams.
And I mean, it sounds reasonable in a way, but also it's, I know I'm a small artist, and it doesn't really I can accept not making money from recorded music, but what I can't accept is that Daniel Ek and major labels making money from my music, but I'm not.
Maybe have a horn also.
Yeah,
but
and
it's,
also
absolutely.
To Daniel Ek.
Yeah, to Daniel. Yeah, but I'm kind of I'm actually I have got a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
As a center of the universe, I have maybe hundreds of tracks that are below this 1,000 streams limits. So actually, it's hitting me really. It's not too much money, but it's hitting me.
Yeah.
Actually, it's hitting all the artists that it's not supposed to hit.
Yeah, and also
because the idea about this is that they are battling AI-made content and and noise content and people uploading rainstorms and so I can understand the idea, but I think that there must be some. Maybe they actually could put AI to some use.
Yeah.
Taking out the noise.
Yeah.
Or this kind of spam.
Yeah, exactly.
Content. That's the place where they actually could use AI for once to something positive. But
I would be surprised if they don't know how to find these tracks at all using AI, because they're very good at finding other things. But because also, I have a lot of tracks that hit more than 1,000, but not every year.
No, it's not,
it's maybe the first year for a small artist, and then they still keep accruing streams, but they don't.
I don't know how that works. If you get 1,000 streams once, is you going?
No, I don't think so. No, I think it's every year.
Well, every year you have to have a new hit. Yeah.
I might be wrong, but
that's weird actually.
Yeah, and I think in general, I think small artists should just. It's not that not because we're so powerful or whatever, but I just think we should stop letting ourselves be bullied into just giving away everything we have without getting anything in return, because we don't even Yeah. Okay, there is Thank you. I was very surprised.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Actually, there should be some kind of unionizing for indie artists. People try to do this, I know.
Yeah, I think especially underground and indie artists, we're notoriously bad at being organized in this way. But yeah, I think just start holding back. You don't owe these platforms. They will tell you if you don't do this and you don't do that, you don't get any publicity, and it's you can thank yourself for having these low streams. But it's the game is rigged. It's very rigged now. It's more rigged than ever probably. You have to have money to be heard. Because before it was funny. Before the algorithms got all weird, you could post something on social media, and then your friends would see it or hear it, and then maybe some people outside of it would hear it. Now it's just you feel like you're just creating all this content for these tech billionaires that have no intention of telling you what they're doing, or you know.
Get paid in exposure. That's we should have more boo sounds on this sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Well,
and there's
yeah.
they will pay. They say if you're not putting your music on Spotify, you won't get the exposure.
Yeah.
But it works as long as they actually will give this exposure.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think like I'm actually positive to streaming in general, and
Yeah.
I think I even like Spotify for the chance that the algorithm will kind of show your music to.
Yeah. I think it's gotten better actually, because it used to be.
I like that actually.
Yeah,
I'm not using it personally, but I could see the point. But
No.
this is like a really bad. This taking a bad turn. This makes me also want to take away stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we also have a really good tech guy, Kristoffer, with us now. Is firing up all these great emojis, and I want to ask him what's the time?
6:30.
6:30. Did we get any questions?
Let's.
Is it any questions in the?
Didn't you get one in the?
Or should we continue?
There's no questions in the chat.
Oh no!
We have Sigrid and Vilde giving emojis.
Yeah, but that's great. But if you have some questions.
And huge bass is saying yo.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Shout out
to Finland, to Huge Bass, aka Mesak. But if you have any questions, if people are watching this stream, if you have any questions, now is the time to fire your questions.
Or if you always wanted to diss us in public, now's your chance. But be mindful, like Jørgen and I both come from a place outside of Oslo, where we're pretty, famous for being very sassy and having big mouths. So it might, we might bite back.
It might backfire.
Yeah.
At some point. But I actually got some questions from a viewer. And I'm going to ask Viviana more stuff, but first I'm going to go through these questions real fast.
Yeah, hold on. We got to set off to the other set. Gotta go to office.
The office set, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's news.
We're just casually hanging in our high-tech future office.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
This is the center of the universe studio. We got a sampler and we got this nice environment.
Are the world news like streaming here? Are they coming in
all
the time? Or like stock exchange?
The questions I got was what did the center of the universe like to listen to as a child, and what made a big impression? Is it the same as now? And the first ever CD I bought was a band that my sister showed me. That's called the Pogues. It's a surprise for everyone, I guess.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, the Irish folk rock group.
Well, it was kind of...
and Shane McGowan died.
He died recently.
No, I was really sad. That got me into folk music and folk rock in general, which I still am. And then there's the Super Mario World soundtrack.
Oh, that's very good. The castle theme.
The castle theme and all the themes, which I'm still is still some of my absolutely favorite music for all time. And every time I play Super Mario World, it's like, yes, this music is so banging. Yeah. And interesting, so my son is playing Super Mario World and Super Mario Wonder. Cool. And the cool thing is that the same composer is still working on the Super Mario soundtracks. So it's like still Ace music in the Mario game from this year. It's like the music is absolutely banging. Yeah, and it's really good music. Yeah. Next question. I think I have to skip question number 2. I'll take that another time. 3. How was Metronomicon founded? Yeah. Yeah, that's up to you to. Yeah, that's quite. That was before my time. Yeah, but you can help me ask the next answer the next question. Okay. And that was really easy. It was I was not accepting the term that. I had to send off demos to people, to send off demos to record companies. So I started, I got a CD burner instead in 2000, maybe 2001. And I started burning CDs, putting them in a suitcase and selling them privately at parties. Yeah. First, you sold them like? Yeah, I just sold them from the suitcase, and then it's like more people were joining in, like Koppen, Magnus Moriarty, and it's still like running from this suitcase. And after a while, we started the studio and some club nights, and it kind of like went.
We have a question from the chat.
Does it say?
A question.
Can you read it?
Wait, no, I have to put on my
I can't.
glasses.
Second to last.
Shout out. Why are you using the pitch change?
Pitch change effect.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's from Viviana, I guess.
Mittedal.
Yeah.
Oh, me? Huh?
3. That's for Viviana.
sure.
A question for Viviana. Yeah, can you answer that?
Yeah, because I'm known to use the
pitch shifter on the vocals.
It started with the first song I ever made under Whale Shark Attacks was a rap that was used as a press release for an exhibition, or not an art exhibition, and but I was a bit embarrassed because I never like rapped. Well, I had rapped with Koppen, but not like my own stuff.
Yeah.
So I just pitched it down, and I just liked the sound a lot, and I kind of like deep voices the most. Also, I do have a like little background from when I was like 20. I played in a band called Mr. Lady. So I always enjoyed a little bit of gender bending, and yeah, it feels nice to have these like two personalities inside. Yeah, I just like the sound.
Yeah, it's a cool thing because you can actually have a duet with yourself. It's like, to me it sounds like you suddenly you're a man.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like some boy, some like a dark character. Like,
yeah, because I don't
have another character for free.
Yeah, and several. I have like different levels of pitching as well. Sometimes I like pitching just a little bit, just to change the color of the voice.
Yeah. And it gives you this wavy, nice.
Yeah. I really love it. Like ever since I was a child, I would always go to the speed thing on the LP players, the record players. But my parents would yell at me, so I still don't know how to operate a record player. That's why I'm not into.
Because you were playing on the 33 albums from 45.
Yeah, it was like every time they put on a record, I would go like and just like put a high speed or low speed. And they would get like,
it's a conspiracy theory.
Nail, stiff, what's it called? The nail? No. What's it called? The nail in English? The stiff?
I think we have one more on this.
Oh, pin? No, what's it called again?
Needle.
Needle, the needle. Yeah, sorry. And they were, you gotta break the needle. And then I broke the needle, and then they were like, okay, no, we don't have needles. So I'm amazed by this response. It's just so overwhelming.
Should we have more questions from the audience? You wanna talk?
There are no more questions.
Yeah, but I have a
but you were
couple
talking,
more. There was a place called Musikkboken in Sagdal.
Yeah.
And someone wants to ask what was the best with Musikkboken. Maybe it's getting too local.
Yeah, this is a place in Strømmen that I actually thought was torn down.
Yeah.
The place, but it isn't. They just built a highway, maybe freeway, right outside. But it still exists in some form, but not Musikkboken.
Doesn't exist.
No. Okay, the best place for me about that place was that I could get in before I was legal. And I think I met my first boyfriend there, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a rock and roll place.
Yeah.
But it was also open for other genres, but it wasn't like really, or was it? Was it like really hard rock and roll?
It was pretty rock, but that was the time as well, like the early 2000s was...
It was this Romeriksrock, which is rock from our area, which sounds like an unholy combination of...
what would you say is Romeriksrock?
Grunge and progressive rock.
And like cock rock, like a stadium rock, Motley Crue.
It wasn't my cup of tea.
I love that. Though I don't...
Romeriksrock, I've been listening back to some of the bands. There's some gems in there. Operation Dødsverk.
Oh, you mean actual local bands?
The local bands, the Romeriksrock.
Yeah, they had stoner rock.
The stoner rock.
Yeah,
and
El
they
Caco.
had, they had stoner rock, but the Romeriksrock sound was an unholy combination of grunge and progressive rock.
Yeah,
so
and
it was
like a little
grunge
bit of
from the time mixed with like this progressive rock with key changes
post-rock and
tempo changes and stuff. And it, for me, it felt really alien, even if I kind of adapted the tempo changes at some point.
I think at that time I was just impressed by anyone that could play
or
make
it was
songs.
an amazing place to go out and to get like real rock music. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but we have a last question before we're going back to questioning Viviana, and it's if I have a favorite instrument, and what my favorite instrument is, and if I have a favorite synthesizer, and I can answer those. It's like 2 questions in one.
Yeah.
I think my favorite instrument might be clarinet.
I thought you were going to say the synthesizer.
Yeah, a synthesizer also, but I really like the clarinet.
Yeah.
But the later years, I've been really getting into hardingfele.
Yeah.
Hardanger fiddle is just a Norwegian, Norwegian national instrument. But
Do you have a sample, Kristoffer?
yeah, we don't have that.
I like it too. It's a very intense instrument.
It's very intense. It's so different. It's just a violin with some extra strings, but it makes a lot of difference.
It's like a droney sound, like almost like the Indian,
the strings are resonating beneath, so what you play is it's like a completely different instrument, and it sounds amazing. And I'm also all these kind of old folk instruments from the north. I've been really more attentive to. The last year, so I would say that even if it's maybe not too original for a Norwegian guy to say that hardingfele is their favorite instrument, but right now I would maybe say that
it's very exotic.
It's very exotic, and the thing I find very fascinating is that these 5 extra strings, and they tune it differently. They tune it higher. It makes such a big difference for the sound. It's something completely different than.
And you play with the Hardanger fiddle
players. I play with
players.
Kenneth Lien that plays like this bastard fiddle, which is like in the middle of a Hardanger fiddle and a normal fiddle, and it tunes in somewhere in the middle, but the sound is really good. Yes.
Have you tried playing it yourself?
Never.
No.
But I tried replicating the sound with the synthesizer.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't manage at any. I didn't manage at all.
No.
Yeah, which brings us over to the second part of the question. What's my favorite synth? And it's all the Yamaha Porta sounds.
Okay.
All of them. Like there's for
ones?
people that don't know the Yamaha Porta sounds.
I don't know the Porta sound.
Porta sound is a kind of toy keyboard.
Yeah.
It's like a toy DX7.
Ah.
It's a FM and samples, and there's so many of them, and both me and my wife to some extent collect the Porta sounds, and they all sound different, and they all sound amazing. Yeah, so that's the answer. That's my favorite synth.
Cool.
Actually, there's a virtual version of a Porta sound, a VST, also of a Porta sound.
Yeah, I have actually tried to download some VSTs that emulate DX7, but
yeah,
still no
we
luck.
should maybe. Yeah, we're using a lot of time. We should maybe go on to the next
point. Still
point.
Soon going out on the town. Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Yeah, I'm not feeling too well, so I'd rather just like sit back after we finish with this stream.
Chill.
I gotta chill out.
Should we go back to Lillestrøm?
We could go back to Lillestrøm and also.
What's happening in Lillestrøm? It's live, right? So maybe we can see people that are starting to go out to Martins.
Yeah, people are starting to go out to Martins.
Yeah, or like
this
company fredagspils or no, it's Saturday. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe what we actually should do is that we should have a listen to one of Viviana's songs.
Yeah, one of my fresh
one of the
music.
the single, and we could actually watch the video. It's not that long.
Oh, you don't have the whole video.
Get a little break.
A little break.
Yeah. Sure. I talk so much. We could react to the video.
You want to rest your pipes?
Yeah, we could react to the video when it's ready.
Okay, you want to introduce it or?
No, yeah, you can introduce it.
Well, I'm not sure. Is it
the? Let's just fire it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trees. just because I can. Make a centerpiece made of poor people bones. Invite all my frenemies. Blow ourselves up.
Wow. Wow, you guys. We forgot to say, are we on? Yeah. Forgot to say.
We didn't forget to say.
No,
you are supposed to say.
We haven't talked about the video, what we saw.
No.
This was my song, Rich People Taste. But the video was made by Sigrid Benz, very good artist. And
we also have Sigrid here in the chat.
Yay!
Yeah, Sigrid is one of my absolutely favorite directors also of music videos. I guess she also did the music video for Music Le Pop.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, they're very good.
Is that right, Vivi? It's the Matteo, one of the biggest pop anthems to ever come out of Fredrikstad.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
I think she did that. It's an amazing video.
I know she's worked with the Music Le Pop, and it was really cool because I told her like I want all these 90s music videos. They're always just standing in front of a green screen. Well, you know.
What a green screen was I talking about?
And I said I wanted something like that, and I took the train down to Fredrikstad, and she had painted a wall in her studio, and we did it in a couple of days. And it was so good, all the stuff she added afterwards. Very cool special effects, like me in the coffin.
It's really good.
Love that. So, yeah.
Yeah, but why I wanted to hear, I also wanted to play this track.
Yeah.
Not only see the video, because there's another question I want to ask people. I often want to ask producers and artists about, is it MIDI or is it real instruments? The flute, we are talking about the flute in the intro here.
Yeah, it's a MIDI flute.
It's a MIDI flute, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Pop Flute.
Pop Flute.
Yeah.
Is that one from which program is
it's
that?
It's from the old Garage Band.
The old Garage Band.
Yeah.
It sounds nice actually.
Yeah, and if you take it turn it down a few octaves, it sounds really full and deep. Yeah.
So, I think flute is one of the best sound to play on the synthesizer.
It does actually sound very real. I have used like saxophones, and they sound really terrible, but in a cool way. So I use those
I remember
sometimes.
like 5 years ago, maybe like 2016, around 2015, maybe there was this sample pack released with a pop saxophone.
Oh.
And it wasn't Splice, but it was like some of these Vengeance, I think, these sample pack producers, they will have pop saxophone. And then like that year it was a saxophone in every track on the chart. On the chart. There was like all the pop...
Was it the Infinity or something, that song?
Yeah,
that kind of saxophone?
Yeah. There was someone releasing a sample pack, and then I think it was before Splice. Now Splice is like full of so many sounds, so you get some of these weird things happening where like 3 of the songs in Eurovision Song Contest are based on the same loop. Since you can't have the same song twice, but you can. But people are using. They find like this. Like, yeah, let's have a lul for. You find people just on the track, and you get the different country because everyone is using the same loops.
This year?
No, it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But it still happens. Like people use the same loops, people use the same sounds.
Yeah. The type of saxophone I'm interested in is just very like wild and untamed, both like free jazz, but also these like 80s guys who were just like Tim Capello and stuff. That I call them like horny saxophones. They sound horny.
Yeah, the horny saxophone is great. This Donny Benet, this Italo disco pop dude, I don't know if you know him. He has a track where it's like he's on the beach and
I don't think I've heard it.
Donny Benet is great. It's great. I think he's a jazz musician, but he started making this like Italo disco pop music.
And now he does music videos on the beach.
He does. Yeah, I think he's on the beach, and you think the song couldn't be any better, but then there comes a guy in with a saxophone, so it's a complete takeoff. I like both the cheesy saxophones and the noisy ones. I think it's a great instrument.
I think it would be really cool to see like a free jazz music video on the beach.
Yeah, that would be great. But I think like hire a real saxophone player or use maybe use some crappy sounds of your own.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of these loops. There's also a lot of good older stuff to sample.
Yeah.
No,
saxophone's good.
Yeah, saxophone is good. I think it's starting to approach the end of this broadcast directly from Metronomicon audio, and maybe there's one last question. And maybe we'll have one last question, and we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, with the question from you, or
maybe I will have one last question.
Because nobody's dissed us online yet.
Did anyone diss us in the online chat?
No,
Let's
it's
see.
been good.
Are people nice? Are they being nice?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, maybe
That's nice.
Yeah, maybe we have time for 2 questions, 2 quick questions, and a goodbye.
Yeah,
and
so you have to make sure people like and subscribe and all this.
Christopher says that we should tell people to share and like and ring bells and send to all your friends.
You should get a ding. So you can ding,
ding, like maybe no, that's not a ding.
Like a like.
Like and yay and people.
Wow.
So
many emotions.
Yeah, so many.
Incredible.
To help us grow this program, next in February we promised having Captain Credible here. We also might have a special extra person asking questions that we won't say who is, and we will have maybe you can come back as.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes, but next last question.
Okay.
What's your favorite? Using samples or synthesizers?
I rarely use real synthesizers. I use soft synths, and I play on my computer keyboard. Yeah. So I was very limited. It's like very small. Yeah. And no, I do like the sound of real synthesizers, but for myself, for making music, I create the foundations of all the songs with MIDI, but you need to have some samples as well to sort of give the sound some depth.
Yeah.
So that's where the revenge sampling comes in.
Yeah,
To
but
just
you
like-
also play, when I got to know you, you also play real instruments. Not
That's
real
true.
instruments, but
Yes,
the
they are
computer
real.
is not a real instrument,
No.
it's an office supply.
Yeah,
is it? No,
that's
but
true.
you also play like, what
Yeah.
instruments do you play?
I play the guitar and the bass and a little bit of drums and some keys. I just learned enough to be my own band. That was the first idea, and I think that's why Whale Shark Attacks happened, because I found out that I could be my own band with MIDI. So
it's quite a similar way of the center of the universe.
Yeah.
Like you just do everything.
Yeah.
But you also did some of the early Whale Shark Attacks recordings. Is you playing all the instruments live? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and
But that wasn't released on any. In any,
no, maybe they will be released in some form,
Yeah.
but there will not be on the difficult second album.
No.
But I do have kind of a idea that I will make a rock album, because I think, what is the strangest thing you can do in like 2025 or 6 is release a rock album.
Yeah. You should release
let's
a rock
do it.
album.
Yeah, guitars and like
Yeah. And the fun fact, you also played drums with some really famous noise musicians.
Yes, I
didn't you?
did. Yeah. With Lasse Marhaug and Jon Wesseltoft and Kjetil Hansen, we were called Cock of Corpse.
I remember that. Yeah, really, that's rough. That's a harsh noise name for you.
Yeah. That was great. They were just, I didn't really know them at the time. They just emailed me and said like, yeah, we heard that you play the drums, and I was like, well, and they're like, yeah, that's great.
I think it's one of the gigs that people, like 500 people claim to have seen, like the Sex Pistols gig.
Oh yeah.
That is, it was Cock of Corpse in the now defunct Pistettes.
Yeah, the Stein og Jord. It was called
Stein og
Stone
Jord,
and
it was
Stone
called,
and Earth.
Yeah, it was a
Sorry.
really small record store in Oslo.
Yeah, and you know who was there? There were two quite famous people in there.
I don't know.
Lee Ronaldo and Steve Shelley from Sonic Youth were there. So
yeah, that's some rock credibility for you.
But I was really happy that I found out afterwards, because I'm a big Sonic Youth fan.
You wouldn't play drums too good if you know that there was
no, Steve Shelley. Yeah, no, and it was my first time improvising ever. So,
Wow.
but
That's
it was
amazing.
really funny. They just said like, just play all you can until you can't anymore. And
that's how you improvise.
Yeah, and so I think I lasted about 20 minutes, and then I didn't have any more energy, but it was really funny. Like Lasse came out in a, what do you call Finland's hette? Ski mask.
Yeah.
Came jumping out of a room.
But that's the cool thing about Lasse Marhaug, which is maybe Norway's most renowned noise artist and composer of contemporary music, is that he can't play guitar.
Yeah, no,
and he's completely open about not. He don't know like any like Bo Diddley riff or anything, but he still like.
He knows how to make
he knows
noise
how to
come
make
out
the
from
guitar
it.
sound good, even if he can't like tune it. Even I think.
Yeah.
But that's credibility, more credibility for Lasse.
Yeah.
Okay, last question
really
before we say goodbye is that who's some unknown artists or DJs that we should check out?
Oof.
You don't have to answer. Something we missed?
Well, just, I don't know how unknown they are. One of my favorite Oslo bands that are not on Metronomicon are Trist Pike. Trist Pike.
They're unknown.
If you need to type
sad
it in.
girl.
It means sad girl.
Yeah,
Trist Pike, very good duo. We have performed together many times because, like me, they also do no equipment. We only use mini jacks. That's like the only allowed instrument we have.
And that's called Norwegian Backtrack Forum?
Backing track, yeah. They're
Norwegian
members of Norwegian Backing Track Forum. I've always
How is
wanted
that organized? Do you have to like apply? You have to use backing
No,
tracks?
it's just
What if you bring
members
like
of
this?
that would be an issue, I think.
Yeah,
but I have been thinking about
We'll be kicked out.
expanding. Yeah. So
Yeah.
who knows? But anyway. Trispike, very good. And DJs, I was thinking about Spikadelic is what I like of the
Yeah.
local DJs. That shout out to Tony Wilson, Spikadelic.
Yeah, he's one of the unknown heroes of the Oslo
Yeah, yeah.
Underground. He's
He
been
always-
going in-
he's been
he's
playing-
always top notch.
Yeah.
He played after Bogdan Rasinski at Dunk.
Okay.
Bogdan Rasinski and Hacker. I think they're called like H3C Hacker. It's a
Okay, okay.
jazz fusion band, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had it's Martin Horntvedt's club night at Dunk. It's really great stuff.
Oh.
Really good concerts, and
Yeah.
we had the joy of seeing Bogdan Rasinski, which also should be a part of the backing track for them,
Yep.
because he was like kind of sitting down on his knees with the lights off, with the laptop on his knee, and was like giving absolutely zero to the audience, but the music was absolutely amazing, and everyone was like, "Yay!"
Yeah, just have him
Bogdan
call us,
Rasinski."
and we'll see.
He's an amazing guy, and he kind of refuses to do this show, but it was working really well. And then afterwards, we had Spikadelic having an amazing set.
Yeah. And Spikadelic,
So,
he
yeah.
always plays very different, like throughout the years, there's been all kinds of music, but they all make sense. You know, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like, whatever genre he's playing, it makes sense. And we did a mixtape together, him and I, a few years ago,
Yeah.
on HMD Records. It's really good. Check it out. And I was really, I love his side of the tape. He has the A side and I have the B side.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's really
a
good.
great mixtape.
Yeah.
I was like kind of running into Spikadelic DJ set at Dansens Hus in Oslo after a
Oh.
performance. I had no idea about if there even was a DJ. I think the night, but I was like, who on earth is blasting future sounds of London at Dansens Hus? And of course, it was him. He's an unsung hero of the underground.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
top-notch DJ.
He's
Shout out.
been keeping it real for a long time now.
Absolute shout out,
Another
yeah.
band I want
Yeah.
to mention, a local band, is Origami Arctica. Origami Arctica.
Yeah.
I love them. It's sort of Norwegian kraut folk with the old Norwegian lyrics and
They got
Very-
yeah, it's
there.
yeah, there.
Yeah, very
Actually, we should talk about more about origami maybe another time.
yeah.
Since it's like such a long
Oh.
story, but maybe
Oh, okay. Not for me. I just sorry.
yeah.
I just
But
think they're the
Origami
best live
Arctica
band in Norway.
we could just have a quick recap of the Origami network. Origami
Oh.
Arctica is
Yeah.
one band from the famous, infamous maybe, Origami Collective,
Yeah.
which is like hundreds of people. That was founded by Tore
Tore
Røbbe.
Røbbe, yeah.
Yeah, more about them, and we could have a podcast
a
just about, or a stream just about origami.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start to say goodbye,
Yeah.
and we should say
Origami Metronomica.
yeah, I was like thinking about making a Christmas album under the name Origami Skomakergata once,
Wait.
but where's the lul? Oh, yeah, where's this one?
Yeah.
Maybe we have that one also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well
we-
deserved.
Yeah, but Viviana.
That's enough though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks so much to Kristoffer Lislegård that has been helping us out with the AV. We will having
He's got all the
visuals.
feelings.
Yeah, he has all the feelings, and we will have him back also as an artist, talking
Yeah.
about his actual music later
Yeah.
this year. And yes, next one up is Captain Credible. We hope to make him show us how he makes music in Cubase. We have no idea. We haven't really asked.
So
But maybe we just say goodbye and a nice weekend to
Yeah.
everyone.
God
Hope you've
helg.
been enjoying this talk show. And see you next time.